What is up, all my chosen ones? Jazz Royce back at it again, and I want to give you guys a quick update on what I did. All right, I officially bounced out of Mononoke and doubled down on my position in Shibnobi. Before we get into the details as of why, please take the time to hit the thumbs up right below, right there. Thank you. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave a comment as well so we can interact with one another. Thank you so much. So, guys, I came home from work, right? I'm here watching my man, Mr. Burt, his show that he has, and he had Cliff, the developer of Shibnobi, on there. Also with another developer from a token called Rise Up Token. And I guess, they had some... I'm not going to say FUD. It kind of sounded like FUD against Shibnobi. And so they were hashing it out. Cliff stood his ground so good, man. I was so impressed listening to that. And mind you, I already bought into Shibnobi. For those that weren't in my last live stream, I bought in about 2 days ago, right before the initial pump that we had. Lucky me. I literally bought right, where was it at exactly? Probably like around here. And then it just shot up to here. So I put $100 into Shibnobi, testing the waters a bit. And voila, within 2 days, my $100 was sitting at a high of 450 bucks. Then it went down to about 250 bucks. So I'm like, dang, you know what? Because I see how convicted the developer seems behind this project, it almost reminded me of Russ and his conviction towards Saitama. So, I put the little thinking cap on real quick, and I'm like, man, you know what? What coin is serving the least benefits to me as of right now? And I look, sure enough, it was Mononoke. Now, guys, Mononoke has been down for ages for me, man. Bought it in with $140, didn't sell a thing. That was my biggest mistake. Could have cashed out for over $4,000 in profit. I left it, and it dropped all the way down to 200 bucks. So I was only up in profits by 60 bucks, right? But on this particular night, literally about a few hours ago, I looked at my phone to check Mononoke's price, and all of a sudden, instead of the usual $200 to $220 range the coin was sitting at, it was almost at 400 bucks. I'm like, wait a minute, my Mononoke has doubled in price? As I'm thinking about adding my position into Shibnobi, I'm like, this has to be a message from above to make a move like this. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is how I interpreted it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Here's the real test. If I transfer my Mononoke back to Ethereum, will the fees still be expensive? Because the fees were more than what I even put into the coin. They were like $150, $200, $180. I wasn't trying to pay all that. Come on now. But this time, when I went to go transfer my Mononoke back to Ethereum, it was only $75 in fees. And it wasn't even that late. It was like 10 at night. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm doing it. I didn't even think twice. I didn't even second guess. I just said, you know what? Sell. We're done. I didn't sell at a loss. It was still technically close to a 3x profit. So wasn't a bad move, because right as soon as that hit my Ethereum, I then took that exact amount, flipped it into Shibnobi, which doubled my position to a total of 50 quadrillion tokens. Well, I'll be honest with you guys, the slippage kind of messed me up a bit. So it was supposed to be 50 quadrillion, but it ended up coming out to 48 and a half. We'll say 50. A quad is a quad. Am I right? So yeah, guys, and already I'm up $30 more from that initial investment. Now, here's the catch with Shibnobi, and I wanted to go on their website, but it wasn't working on my browser, and it's late right now. I'm trying to go to sleep, so I wasn't even trying to fix all that right now. Anyways, Shibnobi is right now sitting at 13 zeros. The total supply was 69 sextillion. That was the initial total supply, but they've been doing major burns. I'm talking burning 1 to 2 sextillion tokens. And mind you, this project launched, I think, the middle of November. Even though I'm late to the party, I didn't buy it until this past week, because I'm still with Saitama Wolfpack all day, every day, #1 investment. But I figured Shibnobi, they seem to be checking themselves off the list quite well. And a lot of people have been hyping up the fact that they're coming out with their own blockchain. So I'm like, okay, you're coming out with your own blockchain. But then I know that we got Sided Chain coming out. So, I'm going to say Saitama's side with the blockchains. But they seem to be working in congruence together. The Saitama Wolfpack and the Shib Army and the Shibnobi, I don't know, Shibnobi Army. You guys let me know in the comments what this group is called, because I'm still new to it. But they all seem to be in congruence working together. And that, my friends, is what caught my attention. Because if you remember my very first or my second upload on this channel ever, it was about why can't all the altcoins unite instead of being against one another. And so, that being said, I'm like, okay, so right now my coins are worth about 500. So we'll say $500 in total. I put $300 out of my pocket. Actually, it was more than 300. We'll just keep it at $500 because that's where it's sitting at right now, like 520, 530, something like that. So let's say we hit 100x, guys, right? You with me? 100x. We're at 13 zeros right now. The market cap when I got in at first was $120 million. I initially thought that was too high for me to buy in because, you know me, I'm a mathematical dude. So I'm like, okay, let's be real. Like, this is a new project, this is before I even was watching all the AMAs and knowing how active the development team is in this project. So I'm like, okay, we do a 10x from here. $100 will become $1,000. That means we hit a 1 billion market cap. Okay, like, not bad. But at 100x, we'd have to hit a 10 billion market cap, which is like more on like Saitama's type of level of hype and status, which that'll give me some good rewards, of course, but like, is it possible to hit that 100x? I wasn't sure, so that's why I hesitated in buying. But as you can tell, now we got like a couple $100 in this coin altogether now, so that 100x actually seems a lot more plausible than I initially thought, simply because of the fact of just look at the screen in front of me, guys. We're already at over $500,000 in market cap. So we're already, $500 million, $500 million in market cap. So we are on our way to 1 billion already. Now, when we hit 1 billion market cap, if we hit 1 billion market cap before any major use cases even released for this project, from that point on, I'm going to start feeling very confident on the fact that we can easily hit 10 billion market cap. I'm not saying by the end of the year, but I'm thinking when I'm saying these predictions, guys, this is me thinking between 1 to 3 months time frame, end of Q4, midway through Q1 of next year. That's the time frame I'm looking at. And it wouldn't be bad because 2 zeros from here, it's still a lot of zeros, but it's a lot of money too. Because if right now where I'm at, and I'll tell you guys right now, I'll open it up on my phone, tell you guys exactly how much I'm sitting at right now in Shibnobi. With the current price in front right now, oh my gosh, it went up. So that $500 I was telling you guys is now at $571. So it already went up like almost $70 since I made that transaction a few hours ago. Wow, okay. So if we were to 100x from here, that would put us at about 11 zeros. That would put us at like 11 zeros. So if we hit 11 zeros, this $570 investment would be worth about $57,000. Wow. At 11 zeros for $500. Hey, yo, I don't know about you guys, but I could think of a bunch of things to do with $50,000. And I'm not talking about just materialistic stuff. I'm talking about things I could do in the markets with $50,000 of buying power off of something that didn't even make it to 10 zeros yet in price. Like, that's incredible. And I've been seeing Twitter trending about SHINJA is the next 1000x. SHINJA is the next 1000x, and repeating itself. And I've been seeing hashtags all over, not just from random spam accounts, but even from like the big dogs of Twitter too. And just my luck, right? Just my luck, after all of this, I finally am like, you know what? I gotta join the Shibnobi Telegram. It's time I really start to learn more about this community. before I start implementing it into my content. And also, I'm an investor now, so I like to be on top of my stuff. You know, that's why I keep my circle small with investment. I'm only holding like 4 cryptos, including the Metaverse Index, so that'd be 5. And so, just to my luck, your pop, favorite YouTuber, man. I watched all his Shiba content all summer. He taught me so much of what I know right now about being an investor in cryptos. I joined the Telegram, and your pop is having a AMA sesh with the developers of SHINJA. Like, face to face, all on videos. I'm like, there is no way. Like, I think all the signs from the universe just pointed to me in this direction tonight that I was meant to double down my position on Shibnobi, because whatever is brewing in the pot, and there's still a lot for me to figure out. I wanted to go through the website in this video, but it just has not been loading for me, guys. I don't know why. But, man, this looks like a pretty fine gem, if I do say so myself. And it's not going to take that much of a price difference to make some serious cash out of it. So I couldn't just stick with that $100 investment. I had to re-up. And when you think about it, I kind of like tripled the amount of money I put in initially, because I mean, I'm on board now. You know, I probably got almost as much money invested into Shibnobi as I do with Kleekai. So, you know, actually no, this is like tied with what I put into Wolverine. So this is like tied in 3rd place for as biggest investment. That, I think Wolverine is a little more money I put into that, but that's where we at right now with Shibnobi, guys. Will I be adding more to my position? Who knows? Who knows? But from how I feel right now about this project, from the research that I've done and what I've heard throughout the AMAs on the Cuff and the Dip show, and the one that I really sat through on Mr. Bird's show just this past night, I feel like I'm making a good decision, especially with the development team. They seem like people that are really genuine about their investors, and they understand what we're going through, and that is key, guys. That is key. So with that being said, guys, just giving you guys an update. This is where I'm at right now in my moves in the market. I hope everybody enjoys their Sunday when you're watching this. I'll already be long on my way to work for the whole day. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. Thank you once again for tuning in. Thank you for showing love on my Saitama update on the last video. You know that's my #1 investment, so I'm going to be having more Saitama content when news roll out. So anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm Royce, and as you know, make sure to hit the like button before you leave this video in case you haven't yet. Thank you so much. But I will catch each and every one of you guys at the top.